What is that?
I don't know. Why are you saying it?
Hey. What's up?
Oh, the path keeps going. Past the flowers.
Holy shit.
The first video tonight comes from Don't Blink Paranormal, a US-based husband and wife paranormal investigation team who document visits to haunted locations, randonautica explorations, and abandoned sites. It is February 2nd, 2025, in a remote wooded conservation area in Illinois, United States.
Well, we're like,
It's windy.
yes, and we're on our coordinates, you know.
Coordinates.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
too. I'm sorry, guys. I've been sick.
Just
And what was it again? Blessed what?
last item, I think.
Well, we're on it.
What is this?
What is that? What is that?
After a break from filming due to a recent surgery, the couple returns to begin a randonautica exploration. Their first intent is to find a blessed item. Using the app, they travel to a set of coordinates deep within a freezing, isolated wooded area. Thick brush and bitter wind make the environment uncomfortable, and the pair immediately notice how quiet and empty the location feels.
It's a doll.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Why is it always a doll?
That's a bride doll.
A what?
It's a bride doll.
I don't care what kind of doll it is.
The object feels out of place in the middle of the forest. Instead of something that appears blessed, the eerie appearance of the doll creates an uneasy atmosphere as the couple tries to understand how it ended up there.
I don't know what that is.
Is that water?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's
what that
weird.
is.
They debate whether the effect is simply mist or frozen vapor rising from the water. During the moment, faint sounds echo through the surrounding trees, making them more alert to their surroundings.
What is that?
Take your light off. I don't know. Can you lift it out?
No?
How do you know if you can or not?
I just poked myself.
You're just like, no?
It's a weight. Well,
Do we need to go down there?
I'm not going down there.
Shine your light back on it.
Is that a well?
I don't know. That dog.
At their final coordinate, set with the intent of finding a good luck charm, they discover a black owl statue placed against a tree trunk. The owl has exaggerated features that give it a horned appearance. Rather than feeling like a symbol of luck, the unusual placement and appearance of the statue leave the investigators uneasy. Throughout the exploration, each location produces strange or unexpected objects, from the bridal doll to the owl statue. The discoveries seem to mirror their randonautica intents in unusual ways, though none of the items feel particularly positive or comforting. With freezing temperatures and the lead investigator still recovering from surgery, the couple decides to end the exploration early and return to their vehicle. The experience leaves them questioning whether the locations were truly random. or if the forest holds objects placed there long before they arrived. Before we move on, if you're enjoying the video so far, leaving a like really helps. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a good time. We recently passed 50,000 subscribers, and that's entirely because of you. The next target is 100,000 before the end of the year. Ambitious, but worth aiming for. There's a hidden word somewhere in this video. See if you can spot it. Now, let's continue. The next horrifying video comes from 0 Subs, a small emerging channel focused on raw outdoor exploration and mystery-style content. The creator uses minimal narration and long, uninterrupted footage, allowing the natural sounds of the environment and first-person perspective to create a tense, immersive experience. It is March 8th, 2025, in a remote woodland.
Ang goal ko ngayon ay makarating doon sa observatory. Observation platform. Sobrang nakakapagod ngayon maglakad. Gawa ng sobrang kapal ng snow.
The explorer begins walking deeper into a dense forest, covered with thick vegetation and fallen leaves. The environment is quiet, with only the sound of footsteps and distant birds breaking the silence. As the terrain becomes harder to navigate, the sense of isolation grows stronger, suggesting the explorer has moved far away from any nearby paths or populated areas. While pushing through heavy brush, the explorer suddenly stops. A sharp cracking noise echoes from a nearby cluster of trees, resembling the sound of a heavy branch snapping. The explorer pauses completely still, slowly scanning the area as the possibility arises that something else might be moving nearby.
Andito siya.
The camera focuses on a large tree, where rustling sounds continue to emerge from the undergrowth. The movement does not resemble wind passing through leaves. Instead, it sounds more like something shifting its weight behind the tree. When the explorer cautiously moves closer to investigate, the noise abruptly stops, leaving the forest silent again. Further into the undergrowth, the explorer discovers an unusual structure made from interwoven branches and fallen logs. The arrangement appears deliberate rather than natural, resembling a small shelter or nest constructed in the middle of the woods. The discovery raises new questions about who or what may have built it. What begins as a routine woodland walk gradually becomes more unsettling as unexplained sounds and physical signs of activity appear. The snapping branches, localized rustling, and the discovery of a constructed shelter suggest that the area may not be as empty as it initially seemed. Although nothing is directly seen on camera, the explorer leaves the site cautiously, aware that the forest may have had another unseen inhabitant watching from somewhere just beyond the trees. The next chilling video comes from We Play in the Woods, a paranormal and urban exploration channel where a group of friends investigate abandoned locations, cemeteries, and reportedly haunted sites. Their style mixes found footage horror elements with casual vlogging. It is February 22nd, 2026, at a remote cemetery and surrounding woodland in the United States.
Random cemetery. I just Googled random cemetery, put it into the maps. We're gonna walk around, see if anything happens on the EMF. We got chased off the premises at the Morningstar building, which is abandoned. There was a police officer in the parking lot, so we left. Not before a golf cart pulled up and started coming towards us, so we sprinted away. Yeah, they've been laughing for like 5 minutes trying to do an intro, so I thought I'd just film one. Who wants to be cameraman?
I don't mind doing that. So yeah, I don't mind doing that.
Alright, here you go.
Okay.
Just hold it.
I don't
It's
mind.
all recording. Hey, give me the flashlight, buddy. We're gonna go this way.
After being turned away by police at their original exploration site, the group searches for another location and arrives at a secluded cemetery discovered through Google Maps. While setting up their equipment, they notice a narrow trail lined with flowers that appears to lead away from the graves and into the surrounding woods. Curious about where it leads, they decide to follow the path deeper into the tree line.
Where? What? Are we not supposed to be here?
Dude.
Do we go further in?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Near the edge of the forest, the group observes the first unusual device reading. Their EMF meter begins to beep and briefly spikes to a higher level. The moment happens while they are discussing the strange path leading into the woods, prompting them to speculate about whether something in the area might be influencing the equipment.
Whoa.
Holy.
It's
Okay,
But
Jack,
I just heard
Jack,
like a stick
Jack.
move.
It's going to like a 3 and a 5.
Jack, I said, do you want us to go to a different location? It spiked to a 3 on camera.
So like
So
I
where?
feel like I just heard something in the woods.
Deeper in the forest?
Oh hell no.
Hold on. Deeper in the forest?
I just went to.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Now deeper inside the woods, the remaining investigators hear another sudden noise in the darkness. One of them reacts instinctively, jumping back while scanning the area with a flashlight. Both mention the uncomfortable feeling that something might be moving nearby, though nothing visible appears on camera.
Good enough spot.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Right.
Oh,
Oh, 4.
4. I went to a 4. Did it really?
Yeah.
Show us again.
No, what does it do? Oh, it went to a 2.
And then when I said no, it went up to a 2. It was doing nothing, and then I said no, and it went up to a 2.
I don't know, man.
Do you want us to just get lost? Is that why you want us out here? And it lit up.
Well, I'm sorry. We're gonna be leaving now.
The car is that way, dude.
Eventually, they locate the path leading back toward the graves and leave the wooded area. Interestingly, the device activity appears to stop once they return to the open cemetery, leading them to speculate that whatever influenced the readings may have been limited to the forested area. After reviewing the experience, the group remarks on how disorienting the exploration felt. What seemed like a short trip into the woods had actually lasted much longer than expected. Between unexplained EMF spikes, sudden noises in the brush, and the confusion of navigating the dark forest, the night becomes one of their more unsettling investigations. Although they leave the site safely, the group concludes that the wooded area surrounding the cemetery still holds unanswered questions, and they hint that a future visit might take them even deeper into the forest. The next shocking video of the night comes from The Amazing World of Colin, an adventure and paranormal-themed channel where creator Colin documents solo survival challenges in remote wilderness areas. It is February 13th, 2026 at Wendigo Lake, located in a remote northern wilderness area.
It's getting real freaking cold, everyone. That doesn't make it better either. That's the most amount of blood I've ever seen in my entire life. I thought this was the perfect place because it was higher than everything else. And that's the forest, so that should be the scary place, right? Well, that's it. I'm not staying here. Taking my drink. Right, Amaze Nation, I believe it's time for me to show you guys Plan B.
Alright, Amaze Nation, just picked up cam. I'm currently filming with my phone because I picked up my camera as well in my backpack because I wanted to save battery. I gotta charge it. I don't feel safe around that stuff over there. So I think there's only one way to go. I don't want.
After his companions leave the area, Colin remains alone as night begins to fall over the frozen landscape. Feeling exposed near the water, he decides to relocate his camp toward the nearby forest and searches for natural shelter. Eventually, he finds a rock formation that resembles a shallow cave, offering some protection from the wind and an approaching snowstorm.
And it still smells horrible. It even looks creepier at night. Okay, so I'm going to try and set up an emergency cam right over here just to make sure that everything goes as planned and that I'm not like being watched or anything, because that's like
The most scary thought at this moment. Fred is still gone. Anything that can take out a bull is pretty much capable of taking out me. Alright, everyone. This small package right here is going to either be very useful for footage, or I could literally risk my life opening this. Let's just hope that whatever I'm looking for is not close.
So you might have guessed it, but my plan B is literally a piece of meat. Oh my god, the juices are dripping out. Gotta make this quick. This smell is really strong.
The bait is placed. Now I'm gonna get the hell out of here.
While traveling back toward his camp, a snowstorm begins to develop rapidly. Strong wind and falling snow reduce visibility, and the temperature drops sharply. Colin mentions local folklore claiming that the legendary Wendigo is associated with storms in the region, adding to the already tense atmosphere.
I don't think so, at least. I'm not sure.
We finally have fire, guys.
Whoa. This is good.
This is so chill. Finally.
It started getting really cold, guys.
Really happy we got a little warmth here. This like thing is really holding the warmth together.
He eventually settles beneath a rock overhang, where he manages to start a fire. The natural stone reflects heat back toward the campsite, providing a small moment of warmth and relief from the cold. However, he later explains in narration that the bait he left behind had already been taken, suggesting that something had passed through the area while he was away.
Holy sh**!
While sitting near the fire, the quiet night is suddenly interrupted by movement emerging from the darkness. The camera shakes violently as Colin reacts to what appears to be an animal lunging toward the campsite. The footage becomes chaotic as he shouts and scrambles away from the fire. Realizing he may be in danger, Colin abandons most of his gear and runs through the deep snow toward the forest. The camera captures heavy breathing and the sound of his footsteps as he tries to create distance from whatever approached the camp. Later, speaking from a safer location, Colin reflects on the experience while visibly shaken. The night began as a cryptid investigation, but quickly turned into a survival situation in the harsh wilderness. The combination of the storm, the abandoned hut, and the sudden encounter forces him to end the expedition early. Although he cannot definitively identify what approached the camp, the event leaves him convinced that the remote wilderness around Wendigo Lake holds dangers he underestimated, and he states that he has no intention of returning to the location again. The next video comes from Andrew and Corey, a UK-based adventure channel where the duo investigate local legends, haunted locations, and eerie outdoor environments. It is February 24th, 2026, in a local woodland and nearby cemetery in the United Kingdom. Andrew and Corey enter the woodland after dark, relying only on handheld torches to guide them along the narrow path. The darkness is almost complete once they move away from the forest edge. As they walk deeper into the trees, they mention previous reports from police about a bone being discovered somewhere in the area, which adds to the uneasy atmosphere while they search the ground and surrounding brush.
No, I swear on God I heard someone walking. That's a dog walker, I think. It has to be. Stop, Cycle. Stop. Is that a dog walker? Stop. Guys, there's someone walking. Stop. No, point over there, point over there.
While pausing to listen, they hear movement in the nearby undergrowth. Andrew stops suddenly, convinced that something may be walking nearby. The sound appears to move parallel to them through the trees. Unsure whether it might be a dog walker or wildlife moving through the brush, the uncertainty immediately raises tension.
There's some crazy creaks, are you hearing that? I hate. Oh no! I hate that! What the? Nah, there's someone. Why are they so loud? Why are they so loud? Fuck off! Fuck off! No, what is that? Joe. Guys, I'm actually shitting myself. Wait, I actually think we should just go out to discuss what's going on.
It's like trees moving, like squeaking, but it was getting louder and louder. Felt like someone was like walking towards us, but slowly. So we were crapping our pants. But let's just go back.
After regaining confidence, the pair return to the wooded area. Andrew attempts to provoke a reaction by whistling into the darkness, referencing online folklore that suggests certain creatures respond to whistling. Shortly after the second whistle, a sharp, high-pitched sound comes from deeper in the trees. Although they acknowledge it could simply be a bird, the timing leaves them visibly uneasy.
I'm just gonna say skinwalker now. Oh no. Ready? Yeah. Skinwalker! Skinwalker! That's a word. That's a word. Guys, I think skinwalkers are not real. Bro, I don't think we were able to like prove it right now.
I don't know. I don't know if it's actually real or not now. Still. What was that?
Continuing the experiment, Andrew calls out the name associated with a well-known cryptid legend and attempts to pronounce its traditional name aloud into the forest. The two stand silently afterward, listening for any reaction from the surrounding woods while describing the atmosphere as unusually tense.
Where are you? What's your name? So guys, if you hear anything that like sounds like it, just tell us. Oh, that's bright. Yeah. Are you from the cemetery? Yes or no? Are you from the woods?
I'll be honest, I don't think.
The investigation ends without any clear visual evidence of a creature or paranormal presence. However, the unexplained noises, the creaking sounds in the trees, and the persistent feeling of being watched create a tense experience throughout the night. Andrew and Corey conclude that the woodland has a strange atmosphere, even without confirmed activity. They challenge their viewers to help the channel reach a subscriber milestone, promising that if they do, the pair will return to spend a full 24 hours in the same woods to see what happens when they stay longer. Before we get into the next clip, around 70% of people watching aren't subscribed. We're working toward 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And if you're enjoying the video, hitting subscribe really does help. All right, let's get back to it. The last video of the night comes from Nick C., a Canadian outdoor creator known for solo wilderness adventures, bushcraft skills, and winter camping in remote environments. His videos often contrast the calm beauty of nature, open fire cooking, shelter building, and quiet landscapes, with the psychological tension that comes from being completely alone in isolated wilderness. It is January 10th, 2025, on a remote ridgeline east of the Rocky Mountains in Canada.
Because I totally wasn't making fake Sasquatch prints in the snow 5 minutes ago. No. But yeah, no, should be a fun one. I'm gonna set up the tent here and yeah.
The moment is meant as humor, but it introduces a subtle theme that carries throughout the trip. The idea of being alone in a massive wilderness where visibility is limited and anything moving nearby would be difficult to detect.
Oh no. Ah, it's got stuck right in another tree. That was kind of scary.
Later, while cutting firewood for camp, a large dead tree unexpectedly shifts and falls in an uncontrolled direction. The sudden crash breaks the otherwise silent forest. For a moment, the situation becomes genuinely dangerous, highlighting one of the real risks of solo wilderness travel. Even a simple task like processing firewood can quickly become life-threatening when there is no one else around.
That too, about an hour or two ago, down in the valley. I couldn't tell you what it was. It was kind of like a whoop, 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 whoop. I don't know. It was really far away, I think. But yeah, that kind of creeped me out a little bit. But yeah. Gonna head to bed and I'll see you guys.
Late that night, while resting inside his sleeping bag, Nick hears an unusual sound echoing from the valley below the ridge. He describes it as a strange, whoop-like vocalization rising from somewhere in the darkness. The sound carries clearly through the cold air, but remains distant enough that he cannot determine what made it.
But yeah, gonna head to bed and I'll see you guys in the morning.
After the noise repeats, Nick admits the sound makes him uneasy. The isolation of the ridgeline becomes more apparent as he explains that being inside a tent limits his ability to see anything happening outside. The peaceful atmosphere of the earlier evening shifts into a more uneasy, watchful silence. The night ultimately passes without further disturbance, but the unexplained sound lingers in his mind. Combined with the earlier close call involving the falling tree, the experience highlights how unpredictable remote wilderness travel can be, even during an otherwise calm winter camping trip. By morning, the tension fades as he wakes to the distant sound of aircraft flying overhead. Packing up camp, Nick reflects on the trip as memorable and peaceful overall, though the mysterious vocalizations echoing through the valley remain unexplained. We appreciate you for watching. If these creepy encounters gave you chills, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next drop. There's always another mystery waiting just around the corner.